Hello, Danny Creasy here. This video is about the sling on this rifle. This is a 1903 Springfield, made at Springfield Armory. It's a 5-digit gun. Manufacturing date year is 1906. Anyway, I'd never had a sling on it, and that sling came to me. I didn't even know what it was, but it came to me on a trade, and a guy had it on a old, sporterized, short magazine Lee Enfield with a cracked stock and everything. And I think I picked that old rifle up for like $50. And actually that rifle was fun to shoot, but a friend wanted it, and he didn't have an Enfield, so he swapped a .22 rifle to me for it, but we were both happy. But I didn't want to let the sling go because I knew it was period authentic for something, and I just never really investigated. It says NoBuckl. It's a Kerr sling, Kerr, Kerr sling. And as it turned out, I always thought the 03s that in 1970s that fought World War I had leather slings, but that is so wrong. The leather sling has fared poorly in the Philippine insurrection, and the Brits had learned a lot of lessons about leather slings in tropical areas too. So the Americans had designed a canvas sling, and this is actually the first iteration of it. And I just find the old tarnish marks and stuff charming, really. And they say you can't really discolor these by washing them, so there's no way I'm going to wash it. It's the fixtures are all brass, and they're not blackened brass like it's on the second version that came out later that went mostly on the 1917 Enfields. And the spring clips in there, those were steel later, but these early ones, they're brass. And so it's quite appropriate for this to be on an 03 made in 1906. But it was fun to watch a video from an expert and learn how to install it properly and take all the slack out. Made for a nice looking addition to this historic old rifle. I flipped the rifle over actually to point out a couple things. I would think you can make a pretty good argument that this went through its last Arsenal refurb in October of 1918, post-war, and they did it at Rock Island Arsenal, interestingly enough. But that's what the barrel's marked. And the receiver actually has 3 of those punch marks on it I've heard everything from that those are each time it got another barrel, which was 3 of them, or that it was just where they were testing for the brittleness of the receiver. Frankly, after what this thing's been through and probably tens of thousands of rounds, I don't think this one's going to be one of those ones that lets go. I believe it's been tested enough. And by the way, the stock is that's another argument that in October 18 was the last rebuild, because that might have been when they got it, when it ended up getting a Mark I stock. You see how the dip in it, which would have been for the ejection port on a Mark I 1903 Springfield. It was designed to use the Peterson device, the little semi-automatic 30 caliber pistol cartridge rifle conversion. All right. But thank you. Take care.